In nature, you don't find obese bears, wolves, none of that. Doesn't exist. Diabetes, degenerative heart disease. Well, there you go.
Oh, wait, I want to
digging in the...
Table, I want a picture of that. Table. And what's in that food, Joelle?
Oh my.
Table. I want a picture of you with that map. I know.
You guys gonna check out my show on YouTube or no? Health in the environment. That's
awesome.
Anybody out there? How about health, interest, and that work for you guys? Not just a bunch of hippies hugging trees. So what's the name of my channel?
Oh, that's so fun. Yeah, that's incredible.
Certified Health Nut. And my name is Exploitation. So even if you put it in the Google search engine or the YouTube search engine, it will come up with my videos. My son, born in water, in my house, I delivered him, has his own vlog. He's got about 18 videos about the natural life. His nickname's Jungle Boy. We've taken him to the Amazon and the Andes. Because all the answers for all the diseases on this planet is in nature. Pollution, war, everything. You get back to the natural world, everything heals itself automatically. Right? Put the weapons down, spend the money, educate the masses, building programs to feed food. Because guess what? Food is free. Food and money grows on trees, right? Money is actually trees, right? Paper, right? They don't teach you that in school, though, do they? They teach you to get a good education, to get a job, and they're in some corporation, right? Owned by the man, right? Who wants to work for the man?
Actually, we do have a class that talks
I want to
about
work for the man, right? I want to be a slave for the rest of my life. No, we don't want that. We're human beings. We're animals. And animals like to live in the wild and do whatever the hell they want, right? Right? Am I right or am I wrong? Or do you want to work 9 to 5 for the rest of your life? Right? Which segues into our great company. The Amazon Herb Company has been around for 18 years. It's saved 1 million acres of rainforest in perpetuity. Our mission is to share these life-changing plants with people and economically empower the indigenous to stay on their ancestral lands and preserve the rainforest. No Indians on the land. The land gets deforested by loggers who actually pay the Indians to cut down their own trees. So a very holistic company. And our company, and I've spoken at your school before as well, our company allows young people to build their own check. You become an eco-entrepreneur. Anybody interested in that? Being in control of their own destiny. Being responsible for how big their check gets to be. Right? Anybody want a piece of that? I'll take a piece of that. Right. Over here. One for you, one for you. Okay. You're taught. Yeah. Yeah, right on. Power to the people, sister. You know what's going on. So what happens is we get trained in school. We're taught that the only way to get paid is to go get a check from the education that you get from whatever company or corporation. So there's a new paradigm on the planet. And there's also
Hallelujah!
And there's also a new environmental ethic on the planet.
Yes.
This company's for profit. It's not a non-profit. It's a for-profit company. Changing the Amazon into a living commodity. Because right now it's being deforested by oil, lumber, and agribusiness. Agribusiness that's growing genetically modified organisms that are contributing to the diseases on the planet. Right?
Monsanto.
Right? Monsanto, exactly. Cargill. So they're feeding these to McDonald's, Burger King, beef, and chickens, right? So genetically modified organisms are chemical constituents of herbicides woven into the genetic codes of these foods fed to human beings, right? Anybody heard of diabetes? Anybody heard of obesity? Chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, cancer at a 50% incidence, breast cancer? These things aren't mystery. There's no like diabolical like diabetes god up there in going, oh my God, let's inflict diabetes on these people. No, it's not a mystery, right? There's something in the food. I keep telling this to you. There's something in the food, right? You can't have epidemic proportions without something systemic happening on the planet, right? So there's something in the food, and there's something not in the food, minerals. Since 1947, they've been pumping 3 naturally occurring elements, but creating imbalances in the soil. So NPK, phosphorus, potassium, and nitrogen. They were bomb-making materials, right? War profiteers on planet Earth have historically made most of the money, and it's usually tied back to the bankers, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and they usually fund both sides of the war. Right? You understand that? They fund both sides of the war because it's about making money and it's about greed. So when you recognize that that's what it's all about, they took these bomb-making materials, which they were huge war profiteers, big money, and these chemical companies said, hey, these are naturally occurring elements. Let's just put them in the soil, because what else are we going to do with them? And we want to make some money. This has created a complete imbalance. You've got monocultured crops, soy, wheat, canola, corn, all grown out through the Midwest, right? And this is put on the commodities market, and it's controlled, right, by the stock market. This is the world we live in. It's not bad or good, but when you recognize where we're at as human beings, you can start making informed choices, right? So the only thing that's cool. I like that. I'm going to steal that and shoot it on my YouTube channel and post it. Watch out for it next week. Okay. So it's just the recognition of where we're at as human beings, and then we can start making new choices. Where can I get things that are good for my bloodstream? Where can I get things, oh, my uncle, brother, sister, father, somebody's got diabetes and obesity. Well, I don't want that. I recognize that. I don't want that, right? So how do I get the opposite of that? Well, you put only natural things in your body, and your body automatically heals itself. Does that make sense to everybody?
Woo!
You guys
Yeah.
are like some wild animal.
Yeah, wild animals. Yes. Hooray for wild animals.